Agent Jericho and Highwayman Jericho are undoubtedly the best heroes in Bloons TD Battles 2. I mean, they can steal money from your opponent. You can literally send blimps back at your opponent, send them infinite HP decoy Moabs, and adjust the AI balloons to make them stronger. But which of these heroes is better, and what are the differences between them? And when should you use Agent Jericho, and when should you use Highwayman Jericho? Those questions will be answered in today's video. Alright guys, so our first match of the video, we will be showcasing normal Jericho and some of its strengths in comparison to Highwayman. Now this is one of the maps where I'd recommend normal Jericho in most cases, and I'll show you why later in the game. You'll see why normal Jericho is kind of broken on this map. We're starting with my Dartling right here. And then you want to go with Dartling here. You want to go to about 270 eco. Some reds and some blues, and then you'll be getting your round 1 Jericho here pretty easily. I think I can send one more balloon. Yeah, I send one more. So I can actually do 271 here and still get my round 1 Jericho. Opponent start with a Dartling and their Oben there, fair enough. Now guys, the reason why normal Jericho is better than Highwayman on a map like this is because Dartling 1 is very popular in this map, and one of the things about normal Jericho which makes it really good against Dartling is the fact that you can send a decoy Moab. The decoy Moab is very OP on these maps that are like one path, basically like a straight line path, which is the Moab path. The decoy Moab is very, very OP, and I'll show you guys kind of how you can abuse the decoy Moab later in this match. You'll see what I'm talking about. So decoy Moab is the first difference that you'll see this game. You get that instead of the misdirection, which the misdirection can be very nice as well. In my next game, I'll show you a strategy where the misdirection is probably more valuable. But the other thing, which is the main difference I'd say between normal Jericho and Highwayman Jericho, is the fact that normal Jericho actually steals more. It can steal more, I'd rather say. It can steal more. It has a higher stealing capability. Normal Jericho and Highwayman Jericho, if you place it round 1, which you should be placing it, you always get your first steal on round 4 here. Now, normal Jericho steals $250 from its level 3 steal over a 10-second period here. So you'll see how this works in a second. Right here. 25, 25, 25. It steals 25 per second for 10 seconds. Now, if my opponent was good, they would be upgrading towers and avoiding their steal. You can actually avoid this steal. And the way they'd avoid it is basically, it can't steal $25 if my opponent doesn't have any money on hand. So what a lot of good players will do is they'll deliberately upgrade their towers when they know the Jericho steal is going to come, and you're not going to be able to get much money stolen over time. But on the contrary, it has a greater steal than the Highwayman Jericho because you can steal up to 250, while Highwayman Jericho is a guaranteed steal of 200. But that $50 is not the only difference because the normal Jericho's ability also is on a faster cooldown. So, okay, the normal Jericho's cooldown, if I remember correctly, is, I think it's 60 seconds. The normal Jericho's cooldown is 60 seconds cooldown, and the Highwayman Jericho's 100 seconds cooldown. So it's like quite a bit faster than normal Jericho's cooldown. So you see, I already got one back again on round 7, so I used round 4 cooldown. I've already got it back on round 7. If I had Highwayman Jericho, I'd still need to wait like another round and a half here. Let's get my Alchemist down. I'm gonna have to boost this. I should have had my Alchemist pre-placed. I wasn't really paying attention, but it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, it's 60 second versus 100 second cooldown right there. And it's 200 versus 250 versus $200 steal. So normal Jericho can steal pretty much almost double the amount on these early rounds. Pretty much almost double the amount. But again, if you're facing someone who's really good at the game, then you're not really going to be getting much stealing at all overall. My opponent also stopped their eco. But as Jericho levels up, it actually changes, guys. So level 6 Jericho, this will steal 65 per second or 650 overall. And then Highwayman also steals 650 overall. So then eventually they get on even playing fields with how much they can steal per ability. But the time doesn't change between abilities. This guy is always going to be 60 seconds. And the Highwayman is always going to be 100 seconds. So yeah, that's how that is. That is how that is. Okay, they got their HRP up. Nicely done, nicely done. We're going to steal again. Oh, I actually made a mistake here, guys. You don't want to steal in round 10. Never steal in round 10, guys. Never steal in round 10. That's another rule with Jericho, because you can wait one round and you get your steal for 650 instead of 250. Or if you have Highwayman, you can just steal for 650 instead of 200. So I just broke one of the biggest rules with Jericho. Do not steal in round 10 with Jericho. Always wait for round 11 if you get your steal in round 10. It's always worth to wait one round there. Okay, got my second farm up. But Yeah, I'll show you what I'm talking about with the decoys here in a second. We're going to be trying to decoy mob rush my opponent because you can do some crazy stuff with the decoys here. Alright, we're getting my plantation up though. Double plant will be pretty nice. Okay, sending me that. That's boost. We're fine, we're fine. I'm down to 1 boost, which is okay. I just don't want to I want to make sure I don't use my last boost. So if this is me another rush, let's make sure that we don't use it. I'm not going to go for that much eco as well, because I'm planning on playing really aggressive towards my opponent. You can see I'm getting 650 as well. This guy hasn't really done very good at avoiding the steals. So the thing about the steal avoidance, there's a lot of factors that's going to go in if you pick normal Jericho or Highwayman Jericho, right? The map is dependent, because a map like this, the normal Jericho's ghost mob is very, very strong. It's map dependent, but also it's opponent dependent. Like if you're facing a really good opponent, normal Jericho is probably not the option, because if you're facing someone who's really good at the game, they're going to be avoiding your steals left, right, and center. If you're facing someone like Mr. Depresso over here, no hate. They haven't really avoided like any of my steals. So it's definitely a lot better to go normal Jericho in this scenario, because I'm going to be making a lot more money for my hero than compared to Highwayman. But against higher tier opponents, you're going to make probably less money with normal Jericho than Highwayman. That's how good people can be at avoiding steals. But just solely based on steal avoidance, I'd say if you're not in Whole Masters in any of the low arenas, normal Jericho is probably the better move. Because normal Jericho, you're going to avoid a lot more steal. I mean, you're going to steal a lot more if you're non-Whole Masters than Highwayman. If you're in Whole Masters though, you can probably switch between them. But again, steals are not the only factor here, because the level 10 ability being a difference is a very big factor in the choice between which hero. Oh, I should probably go for a second marketplace. I don't know why I've been waiting. Let's send him some of these. We gotta boost this. Okay, we forced a boost and Phoenix on their side, and I think they're dead. No, they're not. But I'll show you what I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. Watch this. Watch this. I'm gonna upgrade this guy to level 10. Oh, please, he's all outing me, isn't he? Upgrade him to level 10. Ghost Moab, and then we send mobs behind. And there's literally no way they can touch these. They can't touch my mobs. You see, they're totally untouched. It would have been better if he like didn't rush me there, but even if like my opponent had lots of money to defend, that's very difficult to defend because the ghost mobs just closely follow it and just get through the opponent's defense. Alright guys, so this is going to be a game where Highwayman's definitely going to be a lot better for me. I'm going to tell you why for a couple reasons here. First, we're going to start with my tactics right here. Basically, the way this map is oriented is one reason why Highwayman's a lot better. The map has a lot of bends here. It's not exactly a straight line like Inflection was. Not Inflection, like Glade was with the Mo path. It's not a straight line like that. So the decoy is not going to be near as effective here. Also, I kind of messed up my start. I didn't get my faster shooting first before my Jericho, which is not how I'm supposed to do this, but we're fine. So the map's layout is one reason why Highwayman's a better choice here. But two, we're facing a top 10 player from last season, and because this is a pretty good player we're facing, they're going to be very good at avoiding my steals. So since they would be good at avoiding my steals, if I had normal Jericho, Highwayman's going to be a better option for me right there. Because I'll steal more with Highwayman overall. I will steal more. They're starting with their ace there, which is really odd, by the way. They're starting with the ace. I've leaked 1,000,000 lives here just because I messed up my start. I was too busy explaining the reasoning for Jericho that I messed up how I started. It's fine, though. It's fine. It's fine. We'll keep this on strong here. Now, one contrary point to why I'd bring normal Jericho is one of the main reasons lots of the time I like to bring Highwayman is if the misdirection is very useful to me. Like, if I struggle to defend BFBs and ZOMGs, I might bring Highwayman because you can use the misdirection to defend those, right? With my loadout, however, I can defend BFBs and ZOMGs fine. I have bow pulls. Bow pulls just like counter those rushes very well. So that is one counterpoint. Sometimes you want to use Highwayman to make good use of the misdirection, which won't really be good use for me, but it's still definitely worth bringing Highwayman here despite that. It's definitely still worth to bring Highwayman. Let's see if white balloons do anything. I'm not sure. I haven't really faced against Ace on this map much, so we'll see. how good they defend white balloons. Seems like they're doing pretty decent. They have Quincy as well to help them out, so that's definitely going to be nice for my opponent. Having Quincy. The big old Quincy to help them out. Okay, they upgraded to a 2-3-0 ace. So they have quite a bit of defense on the field, though. 2-3-0 ace and Quincy isn't cheap. It is not cheap, so. Question is, though, do they have an eco strategy? Okay, they have boat farm, so they don't have eco strategy, I'd imagine. What is their last tower, though, is the next question of the day. Ace, boat, mortar, maybe? No, they probably bring biker if it was ace, boat, mortar, or striker. I don't think it's ace, boat, mortar. It's gonna be ace, boat. Their last tower's got to be something to help them out for like round 13 and stuff, I'd imagine. I just don't know what it's gonna be. We'll have to wait and see. All right, they might get their merchant this round. No, they don't get this round. They'll get round 8 merchant, I'd imagine. Round 8 merchant. Okay, so here is a road that you can sometimes take with Highwayman here. So I'm gonna get my steal like end of round 8 here, or I can wait 2 rounds till round 11. The 2 rounds I need to wait are pretty short rounds, but I can wait 2 rounds and make my steal 650 instead of 200, which I think I'm gonna wait here. Okay, they have mortar actually. I think I'm gonna wait those 2 rounds. It's ace, boat, mortar for my opponent. All right, fair enough. I'll wait till round 11 to steal from them. So I need to rush my opponent in this matchup. I will need to rush them here. They've got a strategy that will out late game me like crazy. All right, steal from them. Yeah, we forced boost and Quincy ability. That's exactly what I want. We did our 650 steal as well on top of that, which was pretty strong. We'll get my Bernie stuff and signal flare up. And I've got to send him a big re-rush in round 13 now. A big boy re-rush. I think they defend that pretty fine. Yeah, they defend that fine. Nicely done. I'll continue ecoing now. We've secured the money lead by quite a bit. They sent me a rush that was bad, so we defended that pretty easily. Alright. I honestly probably could have killed them there. I should have went in more. If I sold my boat for 2,000 and I sent them more region rainbows, I think I killed them, to be honest. I think I killed them. It's fine, though. It's not the end of the world. We'll end it. We'll rush them more throughout the game. I just have a big money lead now, which is nice. I'll get my favorite trades this round. Be my plan. I'll probably trying to end the game on round 22 will be my plan. Round 22, send them a bunch of ZOMGs and fortified ZOMGs and stuff will be my plan here. Alright. That'll be how it plays out. Or I might kill them in a previous round. We'll see how it plays out. Alright, get that up. Is he dead to AI? Okay, we forced a boost on their end. That's perfect. That's what I want to do. And I'm going to send them a fortified Moab now. That should force an ABAT. Yep, that's exactly what I wanted. Wait. I could have all-outed them, to be honest. I don't think they would have defended infinite fortified Moabs because they don't have any boost or ABAT ability here. That's what I should have done. I just wasn't fast enough to it. I'll still take it later, though. But that is what I should have done. I should have all-outed them there, I'm pretty sure. I think I would have been able to put the nail in the coffin, so to speak. Let's get my second favorite up. I'm still ahead very substantially on the money game, so I don't really need to be too worried. Alright, 3 favorite trades is very good. That is very, very good here for me. They get their favorite up, nicely done. We're gonna send them that. We're gonna send him one of these behind. The thing about fortified ZOMGs is it's gonna make their aces target the fortified ZOMG instead of the normal one, which is exactly what we want. That's exactly what we want there. Are they gonna counter me? They got a Spectre. That's the first time I've ever seen that used. Interesting. Oh, the ZOMG's got split. There's no way to defend this, right? The ZOMG's got split. We're just gonna get up defense on my side. They're dead. GG's. Alright. Oh man, that was an interesting game. So overall, guys, I don't really think Agent Jericho or Highwayman Jericho is necessarily better than one another. There's definitely scenarios to use them both in. Just to quickly recap, Agent Jericho is better on these straight line maps where the decoy mob can be very effective with rushes. Agent Jericho is also better against worse opponents who aren't going to be able to avoid steals easily. Highwayman Jericho is better overall against higher tier opponents and when you can make really good use of the misdirection for ZOMGs and BFBs. And yeah, hope this video was informative to you guys in one way or another, and if it was, please hit the like button or subscribe button with your forward. As always, Mehalic out. Peace, lads.